Have you ever been pushed, prodded, disrespected in quiet, subtle ways, day after day, until one moment you finally speak up, raise your voice, defend yourself, and suddenly you are the villain? They lit the fire, then pointed at the flames and said, "Look what you did." This is a quiet reality most people never name aloud. Picture this slow erosion. A partner, a family member, a so-called friend. They dismiss your feelings. They ignore the boundaries you clearly set. They test. They poke. They cross the line again. You absorb it. You breathe through it. You tell yourself it's not worth the fight. Until one day, the pressure breaks something inside you. You react, maybe sharply, maybe loudly, and in that instant, the script flips. Their face turns calm, almost wounded. "I can't believe how aggressive you are. You're always so angry. See, this is why everything is broken, because of you." You stand there, heart racing, questioning your own sanity. Was it really that bad? Did you overreact? Guilt creeps in like smoke. You apologize. You promise to do better. And the cycle quietly restarts. This is not conflict. This is deliberate erosion. They cross boundaries to provoke a reaction, then weaponize that reaction against you. Now pause. Why does this wound cut so deeply and linger so long? Because it attacks your trust in yourself. Your ego takes the blow. Maybe I am the problem. Fear settles in. Fear of being seen as unstable, toxic, unlovable. Attachment tightens the trap. You want the relationship to work, so you walk on eggshells, careful not to trigger them again. But the deepest damage is this. You lose control of your own perception. They don't just influence your actions, they begin to define your reality. Every reaction becomes evidence against you. You suppress valid anger. You doubt every emotion. Over time, exhaustion sets in. Self-loathing grows. Isolation follows. The manipulator stays untouched. You carry the shame. The ancients knew this game long before modern psychology named it. The Stoics faced the same human patterns, and they chose a radically different stance. They understood this. External provocations, insults, disrespect, boundary crossing, are indifferent things. What wounds us is not the act itself, but our judgment that it must disturb our peace. Epictetus said it plainly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, others will act unjustly, but their vice belongs to them, not to you. Stoicism does not ask you to deny the wrong. It asks you to refuse, to let the wrong own your soul. Everything begins with one foundation. First, the dichotomy of control. Some things are up to you, your judgments, your choices, your responses. Everything else, other people's behavior, their manipulation, their blame shifting, is not. Most people fail here. They try to fix what is not theirs to control. They endure silently until endurance turns into explosion. Applied correctly, something changes. You stop fighting their behavior. You see provocation as their weakness, not your burden. The moment a boundary is crossed, you recognize, this belongs to them. My peace remains mine. The power drain stops. Their tactic loses fuel because your reaction no longer feeds it. Second, premeditation of evils. The Stoics trained themselves to expect difficulty, disrespect, gaslighting, blame, not to become bitter, but to remove surprise. Without this, provocation feels shocking, unfair, personal. Anger erupts because it feels sudden. With it, the mind is prepared. When the jab lands, you've already rehearsed. This was foreseen. It changes nothing essential. Calm arrives faster. Response replaces reflex. The manipulator's script collapses because you refuse the role. And then comes the deepest shift of all. Third, amor fati. Love your fate. Accept what arrives and reframe it as training. Every provocation becomes raw material for patience, justice, self-mastery. People fail here by turning the manipulator into an enemy. Hatred grows. Resentment poisons from within. Applied correctly, something quiet happens. You see their behavior as indifferent matter for your inner forge. This is practice. This cannot touch my core. The wound closes faster. Inner freedom expands. Now, here is the truth most avoid. No one can provoke you without your cooperation. Your reaction is the final link in their chain. Break that link, and the chain falls useless. Another hard truth. Staying to fix them often means choosing your own erosion. Virtue demands protecting your reason above preserving a broken dynamic. Sometimes the most stoic act is to walk away, not in anger, but in quiet sovereignty. Knowing is not enough. This must become daily practice. Pause in the moment. Breathe. Create space between stimulus and response. Ask, is this up to me? Silently name the tactic. This is provocation. This is blame shifting. Naming removes its power. Set boundaries without drama. State once calmly, I will not engage when spoken to this way. Then act. Withdraw. Leave. End contact. No explanations. Each night reflect. What was in my control today? Where did I give power away? What virtue can I strengthen tomorrow? Practice voluntary discomfort. Small irritations. Delays. Rudeness. Observe the emotion rise. Then let it pass without fuel. When you live this way long enough, you do not merely cope. You transform. You stop being easily triggered. You become the one who remains steady while storms rage around you. Your character hardens, not into coldness, but into unshakable calm. You no longer need their approval. You no longer fear their narrative. Your worth is measured by your own reasoned choices, not their accusations. The world will still provoke, but it will no longer define you. They cross boundaries hoping to pull you into chaos. Stand apart. Let their words pass. Like wind through branches, your soul is the citadel. Guard it, not with anger, but with the calm of one who knows what is truly his. And in that calm, you are already free.